What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy OG Drip, man. You new to that channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button, man. Go ahead and smash that bell so you can get these videos as they come in. So today, y'all, I want to talk about why you may find detachment, and you know what I'm saying, why you may start finding like a different attachments throughout life. Not even attachments. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about like basically saying like why you start separating yourself from certain things and start finding other things interesting. Listen. Throughout life, it's crazy because you would think like you know yourself, right? You would think that. You would think you know yourself, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is when your frequency low, you're not yourself. You get what I'm saying? You're not intact with yourself. It's like you don't even know what's going on. See, a low frequency gets attracted real easy. It's like being metal full of a whole bunch of magnets around. So the higher your frequency start going, you start seeing each, you know what I'm saying, you start basically separating these magnets. So now you start being attracted to certain things. You get what I'm saying? And even when it come down to looking at lower things that was coming up or lower frequency things, you know how to deal with them, but you choose not. And I'm going to tell you why. So basically what I'm saying is, you know how you got friends and you've been on your spiritual journey or whatever, and they may not have been on theirs. And it's like now you like, damn, like why me and them is not close no more. Even family members and stuff, or even like things you start taking into consideration of like what you like to do. Even sometimes even hobbies change. So when you think about your frequency, when your frequency is low, you get along with your friends due to y'all all talking about lower vibrational stuff. You get what I'm saying? So like what's going on necessarily in the world that's an agenda and y'all don't even know it, or what's going on in the world that's just completely irrelevant, which at the end of the day, I see it as agenda regardless. If something is point blank, period, like useless, that is part of agenda. I hate to say it like that, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Because our life should be utilized every day, day to day, every breathe, every second, even when you sleep and you dreams and stuff, that should be even utilized. So you got to take your dreams and imagination sometimes to actual put into use. So when you start thinking about your friends, and now you start looking at even family members that went to looking at you even different, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you pull away from them. Now that you don't pull away from them, it's almost like they look at you like you just different, like you just changed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even the same person no more. Y'all ain't even in the same boat no more. Literally, y'all not. If you think of frequency of being water, and you think of a low frequency of being a small amount of water, and you think of a large frequency of being a lot amount of water, you get what I'm saying? Think about it like this. They swimming in ponds while you're swimming in oceans now. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of wisdom and knowledge that you have, which will be the water. You get what I'm saying? So when you start thinking about that, you start being looked at differently now. You get what I'm saying? So you may be like, damn, they ain't like they attacking me, but it's like they do not understand what's going on. It's because when your frequency is low, bro, you can't grasp for things that's on a way higher level than yours. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you may be talking to a person. You ever tried to, like, especially if you into astrology and stuff, you ever tried to explain some of this spiritual stuff to a motherfucker that ain't like know what intact with it? Bro, they be looking at you like, what? What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about frequency and how things been attracted. But right now, due to it being the end times, it is a lot of people that's going to be looking to raise their frequencies. So it may be a couple people jumping on the board. But not to get off topic, just saying, when you start thinking that you used to like to do this certain thing and this certain stuff, those are the tendencies that make you come back and back over and over. But now you done started separating yourself from them due to you don't raise your vibration, and now you subconsciously and consciously align. You know what I'm saying? So you got your stuff together basically. You done been through going through the spiritual awakening. It's like you done became light. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you walked out of the dark and you became light. So now as the dark sees that, it's like you ever seen like a movie when they have like a whole bunch of things that's shadows or something, like even like a vampire. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like frequency is almost like low frequency people is like vampires or demons. So it's like they see you coming up for yourself. Oh boy, they're trying to pull you back in the dark, and they're trying to make your knowledge and wisdom look like you're ignorant. Make you look like you crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now they start calling you all this and that there. You may even have family members, dog. You come around and you instantly sense it. They don't even know you sense it. You feel me? But you come around, you like, I already know how this person think about me. That's because your frequency has risen. So even though you don't match with that low frequency, you still able to feel that little junk over there. You know what I'm saying? It just, now you can feel where they jump being direction. See, they don't know where nothing coming from. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where they going at. You know what I'm saying? So don't pay attention to that. So bump that. As you going through your spiritual journey, be happy when people actually come at you and be like, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? You messed up. You must be tripping. You out of your mind. How can you come up with this? That's why, because there's not no logic behind this spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, you know, when you think about, like me myself, I'm a Virgo ascendant, so I'm like known to be practical and logical. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes logical stuff is like the opposite of spirit, bro. Like I like to say, because it's like you're trying to look for evidence of something. Like everybody, when it comes to this spiritual traveling, everybody evidence will be different. Everybody's stuff will be different of how they got to their spiritual point, of how they became attacked. How they got to this certain frequency and stuff like that. Everybody's own will be different, especially when you find yourself as a person going through more trials and more tribulations than any other person. You will see that those people sometimes seem like they just wake up. Some of them don't, and that's the reason why they go through so much. You get what I'm saying? It's like a learning lesson. Let your experience be your lessons of learning. Do not keep going back to the same thing over and over, bro. I like to say that, bro, because it helps you. Because like all of us get comfortable with certain things and we get stuck into a certain vibe, which is that's a certain frequency. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you also start talking about it, certain things that's like, even when you come to doing low frequency things, getting drunk, wilding out with your friends, all that over nothing. You get what I'm saying? It's a certain way you do things, but when you handling it as like basically like a way that, you know, you even feel the way like at the end of the day, you like, man, I don't think I should even be attending this job. I don't even think I should be doing this job. They're letting you know right then and there that it's trying to break whatever you're trying to adapt to. You know what I'm saying? So when we start also talking about that, I want to also throw this in there, bro. When things is working for certain people, that don't mean it's good. That don't mean it's good, and that don't mean it was a good reason, because it worked. So therefore, what I'm saying is these people that's going to these deities asking for help because they getting the help that they asking for doesn't mean it's right. So because your pastor has a house and all this nice stuff doesn't mean his frequency is high, or their pastor, whoever's, doesn't mean that he's doing the right thing. That just means whatever he's doing this stuff for is trying to keep him under their wing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, y'all ever heard Kodak? He say, feed your dogs because your dogs go to licking off your plate. That's like the same thing, bro. Like if you ain't from the hood, that's all that's saying is give your people and your, you know what I'm saying, your group some of the same shit you got going so they won't get jealous and come try to take it from you or just take you from out of the whole situation. So, boom, that's how I like to look at it, bro. So it's like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. It's like if this devil or this entity don't want them to even find out that all this energy and all this stuff they're asking for, which is praying and all that there, is the whole time is inside of them. And they don't need nobody to bring that out. And that's the whole point of living in this world by your damn self. Otherwise, we all would be connected, dog. Think about it, man. We all separated to go through separated experiences to understanding our own life and becoming one more with our own subconscious and seeing how things play out in life. So when you start thinking about that, bro, just think about it. Like everybody is gonna have a point in their life where they have this some type of thought, that frequency been passed by, but it's like they don't. Some people don't grasp for it because they don't want it necessarily. They don't know what they want. You know what I'm saying? We done been pre-programmed and redirected so much throughout the spells and rituals, which is like frequency coming at you, that you don't even know what to do. That we don't even attend to even find yourself. If you think about everything that's going on in this world, it's to basically separate you from yourself. It's like, okay, we supposed to have business and be able to be responsible in our life. Very responsible. But the way it's twisted upon us is not the same responsibility. It's not that, bro. You get what I'm saying? You responsible for what you attract. You get what I'm saying? So if you live in a rough, rigid lifestyle, you live by the gun and you die by the gun, that's your fault. Look at what frequency you living in. Whether you in the slums, whether you think you a rich snobby nose and nobody else is important, that's some low vibration there, some low frequency there. You will be attacked if your ass was to go in an area where people is actually, you know what I'm saying, going crazy or chaotic in some type of way, and now your ass done walked around and you was just an open scene. You know what I'm saying? You just like a weak vibration. Sometimes that play out wrong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes frequency goes so far that you may be a person that just walked through a neighborhood and don't know why you got beat up. Bro, sometimes it's just so serious that even frequency, low frequency even attract you to get bullied. You get what I'm saying? Like, if right now somebody was to look at you and you're walking through a neighborhood and you look like a nerd or anything like that, and this a neighborhood full of thugs, gangsters, the hood, or whatever, even if they just in the area, they'll seem to pick on this person because the person look open or look vulnerable, as you may see. But this is so deep. Know that it happened in the spiritual world before it even happened here. Is that it's like, as in being a being, being a human, it's like you have to have respect for each other, right? But it's like it's hard to respect somebody when they don't carry themselves like they're nobody. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you'll start seeing yourself get more intact. You may even start gaining a little courage throughout this spiritual journey because now you're starting to attract better things throughout your life. So because something is working, you know what I'm saying, don't mean it's right, but when it's working for you and you're going through it in your life, bro, trust me, it's right. Whether you find out it worked for you or didn't, it's gonna bring you to accepting and learning yourself. So you know how you might, boy, I don't know what I might do. Nah, you're gonna know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna know how to keep yourself out of certain situations because you know how you are. You fully know who you are and know how you are when it comes to certain stuff. Especially when it comes down to like why I be saying y'all should learn astrology, even if it seemed boring to you at the time. It's because, bro, you don't want to walk into something where all the energy is already routed and it's just waiting for you to be the target. You get what I'm saying? Just like I was explaining, you walk into the wrong neighborhood, basically. You don't want to apply yourself to the wrong things as well. So you being a high frequency spirit, you know what I'm saying? Be careful of low spirits, jealousy. You get what I'm saying? They may try to attack, but do not let it fear you. But just stay away from them. Like literally, stay away from them. Like there's nowhere in the hell if you this top dog. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to knowing all your stuff, you should be around a bunch of people that don't give a damn about that. Because at the end of the day, if something was to happen to you, that was you. You put yourself in that situation. They can see it in you. They can see the glow in you. They can see the glow through your skin, through your eyes and all. They look right at your eyes and see this big glow. See how bright your frequency is. So at the end of the day, they might want to take that from you. And man, I just want to keep it like that. And I want to cut this video right there because I just want y'all to just think just how powerful this stuff actually is and how you may be seeing things work for others and how it may be playing out in others' part. You ever seen something look good and then later on it hit them in the face? You're like, God damn, I'm glad that didn't happen for me. I didn't think it was going to come back like that on them. That's because they're low frequency and they asking, say for instance, they're low frequency and they asking something from a external being. It's going to bring them that. And then later on, it's going to want to get paid. It's not going to be wanting to work for them freely. You get what I'm saying? And especially if it don't have to. So it's like common sense stuff. It's like, okay, of course it's going to bring you something good. It have to in order to keep you messing with it. You get what I'm saying? And keep you ordering to deal with it. So-called this spirit that everybody worship. That's why you got different religions worship different spirits. And you got people that you may see from the eye of society, from logics, that they're successful. And that's back to what I was saying about the logic shit. Logics don't explain spirituality. You can't put a damn logic necessarily all the time on somebody's spiritual journey and spiritual paths and what they frequencies bringing and stuff like that. Because everything, the spirit is like being, when you as a spiritual being, bro, you are more than everything. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, anything that you're getting stuck to, you're making yourself less of what you actually are. So at the end of reality, they're mad because they stuck with thinking the right thing in life is to have this and to have that. And if you don't got this, you don't got that. For example, if you don't got 1 million people watching your YouTube, that means you obviously not talking about nothing, or it's obviously not real. That's how some people look at it, bro. That's how low vibrations look at it. So they look at stuff from a logical point. You get what I'm saying? So if they don't see the difference, they don't feel like it's real. Fuck all that, bro. Because you're going to find that people that has less than 1 million subscribers that's out here doing this spiritual thug dizzle, you're going to find out that they're way more open, way more woke, and way more happy in the spirit than these people is. And when they're not happy in the spirit, they even know why. They know that the energy is out to not be happy. So, man, that's all I'm going to say, man. And I'm out, man. Hope y'all like this video. Please comment down below. And, man, I'm out. OG Drill.